The Great Race, Down Under. The sun blazed over Darwin's harbour, shimmering on the turquoise waters, as a crowd gathered for the start of a most improbable contest. Banners flapped in the dry wind, kangaroos bounded nervously at the edge of the crowd, and a brass band played a slightly off-key rendition of a waltzing Matilda. At the centre of the commotion stood Leslie Gallant III, immaculate in his white suit, smiling with the calm assurance of a man who had never lost a race. Beside him, Maggie Dubois adjusted her wide-brimmed hat and scribbled furiously in her reporter's notebook, determined to chronicle every absurdity. And then came the inevitable crash of cymbals, the hiss of steam, and the shriek of a whistle. Professor Fate had arrived. His latest contraption, the Fate Mobile Mark II, looked less like a car and more like a rolling catastrophe. It had spiked wheels for desert sands, a collapsible snorkel for river crossings, and a mysterious lever labeled Emergency Boomerang Deployment. Max, his long-suffering assistant, clung to the side, already covered in soot. Gallant. Fate bellowed, his mustache twitching with fury. This time, victory shall be mine. Australia will witness the triumph of genius over idiocy. Leslie tipped his hat. Professor, I wish you the very best of luck. You'll need it. Across the outback. The race began with a roar of engines and a cheer from the crowd. Leslie's roadster glided smoothly along the dusty track, while Fate's machine sputtered, coughed, and then shot forward like a cannonball, scattering emus in every direction. Through Kakadu's crocodile-infested rivers, Leslie used a clever raft attachment, while Fate attempted to drive straight across. The crocodiles, unimpressed, chased him until Max deployed the boomerang lever, only to have the boomerang circle back and knock Fate squarely on the head. In the Simpson Desert, the racers faced endless dunes. Maggie commandeered a camel caravan, scribbling notes as she bounced along. Fate's car overheated spectacularly, forcing Max to fan the engine with a giant eucalyptus leaf. Leslie, meanwhile, produced a silver parasol and drove serenely, as if the desert were a Sunday promenade. Chaos in Coober Pedy. The mining town of Coober Pedy offered underground tunnels as shortcuts. Leslie navigated them with precision, while Fate's car became wedged between two walls. Max suggested reversing, but Fate insisted on blasting forward. The resulting explosion sent them rocketing out of a mineshaft, covered in opal dust and pursued by angry miners. The final stretch. As the racers approached the Blue Mountains, storms rolled in. Leslie's roadster handled the slick roads with elegance, while Fate's contraption skidded wildly, finally lodging itself in a gum tree. Max dangled from a branch, muttering, "Push the lever, Professor." At last, Sydney came into view. The Opera House gleamed like sails on the harbour. Leslie coasted toward the finish line, Maggie swooped overhead in her platypus-shaped hot air balloon, and Fate, miraculously freed from the gum tree, barreled down the road, sparks flying. The three crossed the line simultaneously, colliding in a heap of cars, balloon fabric, and indignant kangaroos. The judges argued furiously, unable to declare a winner. Leslie dusted off his suit. "It seems, Professor, that once again we have tied." Fate growled, shaking his fist. "Next time, Gallant. Next time." Maggie smiled, pen poised. "Gentlemen, I think the world will agree, the true winner is the spectacle." Epilogue. The crowd erupted in laughter and applause. The great race had once again delivered chaos, comedy, and a celebration of human folly. And somewhere in the distance, a lone boomerang arced gracefully through the sky, returning, inevitably, to strike Professor Fate on the head.